Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni and its surrounding community. About as safe and crime-free an environment as you could expect nowadays. But each year there is a crime committed here that with your help, PMO might be able to solve. This show is your chance to get behind the police barricades and help solve a crime. This is CrimeWatch.
803 down second show.
A fire is a very serious emergency that can, in a matter of minutes, destroy thousands of dollars worth of property, as was displayed here at Iwakuni back in the early morning hours of October 1988, when the Air Station Gymnasium was gutted by fire. But more important than the loss of property is the loss of life. Thankfully, with the invention of fire alarms, thousands of lives are saved every year. However, they have also become the target of abuse, or as more frequently called, the prank fire alarm. This problem is becoming more serious also here aboard the air station, amounting to a total for 1992 of 30 prank fire alarms pulled, averaging 5 per month, and at an average cost to the air station fire department of $300 per call. This sums up to about $9,000 in just the first half of 1992 alone. And for the fire department, this could lead to a bigger problem than just money.
When a person is in an emergency position such as these firemen are, a lot of times it tends to build some complacency. These people here are very proficient at their job, but any person who has ever worked in emergency type jobs will tell you that after they repeatedly respond to false alarms, it does tend to build some complacency in the respondents.
This cry wolf syndrome reaches farther than just the chance of complacency within the emergency response personnel, also by touching some air station personnel who could be putting their lives on the line every time the alarm rings.
What it does is the people that are living in these individual quarters become complacent. They don't want to get out of the quarters when they hear the fire alarms. They have gotten out of them so many times on false alarms that they become complacent about leaving the barracks, leaving their housing.
As I know for a fact, I live on the first deck. Half of them, don't care. It's going off again. It's off. Who cares? Someone pulled it. It's no big deal. Not a big, it's not a fire. And take for instance, the other night we had the blackout. A lot of Marines were lighting candles, and the fire alarm went off. I was trying to bang on doors, and everybody was, get out, get out. You never know. It could have been a fire that night. And if the fire alarm goes off, you need to come out. You never know what deck it could be on or what room it could be on. It could be an actual fire.
In response to this serious safety problem, the commanding officer established the air station order that states, alarms are only to be activated in emergency situations, and upon activation, all occupants are to evacuate. So who exactly is responsible for pulling these alarms?
What's really scary is it's not children that are pulling these alarms, it's adults, people that are living in the BEQs that are pulling these alarms, people that are on the average of over 20 years of age.
I think they're pretty immature. A lot of Marines here trying to get some sleep, they work different times, different routines, and they're bothersome. They constantly go off, sometimes two, three times a night. And it's troublesome. You have to come out, get out of the rack, stop what you're doing, wait out here for, 15, 20 minutes until they finally get turned off. And a lot of immature Marines are pulling them off, and it's a really big problem here.
This comes from the fact of the cult classic Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and movies that have portrayed this as being exciting, being the thing to do. What it is very dangerous. It not only puts the firemen in danger when they're responding to these situations, but it endangers the rest of the air station by taking the fire department away from the firehouse where they need to be in case of actual emergencies.
It's for this reason that the commanding officer of the air station has made this one of the top priorities that the Provost Marshal's Criminal Investigation Division have to work on. As for adult violators who are caught, they face anything from NJP to a courts-martial. But before it comes to this, the command is hoping that those who are committing these childish acts to stop and realize the possible dangers they could be placing their fellow service members in. It's also asked that personnel who have children do their part in preventing juvenile-committed prank fire alarms.
Parents teach their kids that these prank fire alarms are dangerous. For the individual people that might be doing these, it's not smart, it's not mature, it's a pain on a lot of people. It causes a lot of work for the investigators down at CID, the MPs, and also the firemen. They respond to these things night and day. They have a lot better things to be doing, training for actual fires. I ask that they desist.
Tonight we have covered 2 crimes that have occurred here on the air station. In the upcoming weeks, we will provide you with further information on crimes that you could help solve. If you see or know of information on these or any other crimes, please call the CrimeWatch hotline at 253-3333. And if you have an actual emergency, call 119. I'm Marine Corporal Troy Ruby.